All right, let's do this. Let's do this. We talked about it. Quarterback situation especially. Do we go back to Wilcox? Do we stick with Carroll? Or do we find somebody that changes the entire outlook? And that could happen at more than just the quarterback position. That is where we're going to start. John Evans out of Nebraska. Normal dev. That's a shame. We will do over under. We'll do over under 4.5 again. And that's only for signed players. Keep that in mind. So it's John Evans, who might, I'm going to sign him for the moment. He might be better than the other backup that or the third stringer that we had. We have Lance Short out of Portland State. Not him. George Gomez. Gregory Battle. Now it's not looking too good in terms of new quarterback options here. Christian Banks. Normal dev. Or Christian Banks. Cedric Whitehead will not count. Greg Duffy. I think we're going to have the same quarterback next year. Cody Fry. Son of Charlie. Bo Kaplan. We have Kevin Harris. These guys are really low overalls. Kevin Harris out of Wyoming. Eric Parks out of Nebraska. And then last but not least, at the very bottom, Jeff Shields out of Stanford. Yep, no star dev quarterback additions. At running back, Devin Bird. Also, normal dev will sign him, at least temporarily. Paul Hartwell. So again, quarterback, we're going to be in the same situation. We have Eric Hunt. He's also normal dev. Corey Fitzsimmons. Not looking too good for us here so far. Ty Cunningham. Especially, too, we already have 2 decent backs. We'll look at Daniel Hunt. He's not that good either. What about Cecil Gentry? Cecil? Central time. Cecil. Bryce Good. But are you? You're okay, but not really. So from there, Chauncey Dickerson. The other guy was 23. And then, yeah, the quality really dropped. Mellow Boatwright's a great name, but yeah. Fullbacks. We're only going to look at Adonis Bruce. Actually, not even. Kendrick Stark. Yep, doesn't fit. I'll actually look at price really quickly. Yeah, normal dev. So far, not great. Wide receiver, Zaire Marshall. Is star dev. That is the first. For those who have been keeping track, we'll see if he ends up making the team, but he will be signed, at least for the moment. Keith Hunter. We'll also sign him for the moment, too. It's a toss-up as to whether or not he stays. But surprise, surprise, wide receivers delivering again. Raphael Byrd. Normal dev. Levi Matthews. Luke Fulton. And the problem is wide receiver just really isn't the position that we need the most help in at this point. I was hoping to see just like this undeniable quarterback because I am worried that I've made the wrong decision backing Larry as our guy. It's like a Jay Knoll. Jonathan Ferris out of Northwestern. All right, wide receiver. Caliber is dropped. Josh Craig, normal dev for him too. Cameron Sasser, normal dev. Last guy to look at here was Alex Myers, and then we'll really start worrying about age. We have Terrell Gills. Normal dev for him. Who else do we have? Jamal Hicks. Not looking too good. Could look at the likes of Cabrera and Anthony, but eh. And Gerald Roach is the last one to look at. He's not so hot either. Tight ends, not looking good. In terms of options here, not at all. Mike Goldberg. Yeah. It's all over. Deion Shepard. Good thing is we do have 3-star dev tight ends already. We got Orlando Baker, the candlestick maker. Because he's not going to be a pro football player. Jerry Silvers. A lot of tight ends from this draft class that snuck through. And no kidding, they're all terrible. Last guy is Adrian Halen. Not very good either. Oh boy. Left tackle, Artie Morris. Normal dev. Let's look at Dave McDowell. Alright, star dev for Dave McDowell. He will be signed. At least temporarily. Welcome in, Mr. McDowell. Another guy out of Ohio State as well. Let's look at Greg Gresham. And a lot of these 22-year-olds, like even if they have star dev, they're not going to be better than who we already have. Left guard. Daniel Royals. Rudy Michaels. Nope. There's Tyrell Traylor. No. That's it there. Centers. AJ Swenson. No. We got Max Baker, who is terrible. Yeah. 56 overall is brutal. Right guard, Frank Nixon out of Oregon State. It's going to be a no from us. Let's look at Alan Campbell. It's also a no. What about Colin Coker? Not much else there. Right tackle. Terrence Kidd out of Bama. Also not worth signing. We got Jeremy Burks. Not worth it either. What about Dominic Carruthers? Yeah, we're not getting much here. I can't even guarantee anybody that we've signed is going to make the team. Paul Hewitt at left end. No real point. We have Almodovar there from last year. We'll look at Jermichael Hewitt. Nope. Morgan Mills. Yeah, we're not getting much. Not getting much. What about Grant Thomas? Cam, what's going on, buddy? We're doing good. We're doing good. How the heck are you? Defensive tackle. Javier Franks. What about James Regis Philbin? Sign him for the moment. He could make the team. Brings us up to 4. Who are at least worth seeing how they stock up to who we already have. Bruce Wallace. No. Let's look at Carlos Simpson. The Bruins give Dan Heinen the PTO. Me too. I think they're going to need the help too. Dante Trapp also doesn't work. What do we got for linebackers? Nope, not yet. Defensive end. Still. Carlos Metcalf. Right end's looking real weak here. Craig James. Taj Randolph. Nope. Linebacker. Hello, PJ Meredith. Please have a good overall. Or I was going to say a good dev pattern. I'm going to sign him for the moment because 21 and a 69 is a really solid player, but no dev pattern That stings. Let's look at Kenny Barnes. Antoine Mason. That is great. Middle linebacker, Dalton Sullivan. Give up on Arizona. We did move on. Yeah, we're on their UDFA run. We're also going to sign Sullivan for the moment, just to see if he fits the team. Amani Leach. Highest rated player you've seen as UDFA? Probably like a 72. Something like that. At least around there. J.R. Tutt will not be the new King Tut, unfortunately. Luke Cook. And on the right, Leo Lawrence. Not going to make it. Chris Spearman. Also not going to make it. Demarius Simmons. What about Charles Callaway? No. Not the best crop of talent for us, but that is also in part to the fact that our team has improved and we now require a higher standard to be able to make this team. Jaleel Poole is not going to count. Not too worried about Brett Evans or Ben Eason, but we can look at him. Yeah. Not even going to worry about the other guy at this point. Torrey Harris. We got a younger star dev corner. We will sign, at least for the moment. Congrats to those that bet the over. Let's go ahead and bring in Torrey Harris. Bruce Posey. Does not work. Malachi Polk is a great name. So is Marquise Slaughter, but he is not who we needed. At free safety, oh god. Let's look at Terrence Shorts. Lloyd Webb. No. We even need that guy for depth. Probably not. Quincy Hill. Yeah. Alex Winters. Also doesn't work. And Derek Galvin. Galvin. Also shout out to Alex Winters. Shout out to Bill. Oh, can we find Ted? God, these guys are all terrible. Jesus. Yeah, so it looked like a weaker draft class for everybody else, and unfortunately, for the most part, that seems to have extended to the UDFA class, too. We don't necessarily need a kicker. Hello, 74 overall at 22, David Young. Ooh, I think we have a new kicker. I think Clyde Petty is in big trouble. David Young, even though he has the exact same face. There's also Malachi Rowland. A superstar dev kicker, Malachi Rowland. It turns out Petty was in trouble. And so was Young, who we just signed. 5'8", 203 pounds. And a golden boot from the gods. Malachi Rowland. We got ourselves a superstar kicker. That's a thick-ass boy. Wow. A superstar level kicker. I mean, maybe not the position we needed most to be a superstar, but I'm also not complaining. Damn. All right, so we did get some players into the mix. We did indeed. Let's double check what our roster is going to look like here. So at quarterback, I think it still has to be Carroll. And then to be honest, Johnny Evans is in the same spot that Huffman was in. It's just if we wanted to run with Evans as the starter, but we don't have to. So it probably is still going to be Carroll, Wilcox, and Huffman I mean, again, we could try one more time, but again, if Carroll gets that breakout game and goes superstar, this guy's going to be insane. And he's a meme as well, a walking meme. Running back wise, honestly, we might as well get rid of Whitfield. He is star dev, but he's behind Morgan and Boston, and he's never going to get a chance. Then again, Bird isn't going to get a chance either. But yeah, we're going to move on from Whitfield, and we'll keep Bird on the team. Wideouts. The quarterback is 300 pounds, yes. Update some of these abilities here. So obviously Norton now an X Factor. Conley and Betts are superstars. Leaves us Desmond Wilburn, Zaire Marshall, Pierre Southward, and Keith Hunter. So Keith Hunter's definitely not going to make the team. He does indeed have horrible speed, yes. He does indeed. We got to get rid of one dude, and it makes sense for it to be Pierre Southward, and we'll just run with Marshall, who's a point better right now. So sorry to Southward. We had you for a year, but you are out of here. At tight end, Glover, Wilhelm, and Rudd. That's still looking okay. Left tackle, again, McDowell did have superstar devs, so Austin could probably go. Buckeye, we're playing on the Xbox Series. Yeah, we can get rid of Robbie Austin. You've been a solid player for us, Robbie, but you're out. Left guard. Chamberlain's looking great. Chamberlain and Rudd, that works. In the middle, Morgan's looking great. We got Walter over Thomas. And then Roach over Laws. That's not that bad. Defensive end. Again, Hood was star dev. Honestly, that's fine there. Defensive tackle is a brutal position for us right now. To be honest, we should probably get rid of Juan Brown and keep Rennell Gary, but then try Toon and Philbin to be the breakouts. So yeah, we're gonna say goodbye to Juan Brown at this stage. He had that one breakout chance, and it just never happened. How's State of Decay 2? Very, very fun with friends. Very, very fun with friends. It makes sense to keep Meredith, but at the same time, these guys have star dev, and we can't cut anybody from that side. Yeah, honestly, sorry to Meredith. He's not bad, but the other guys being star dev, I'd rather risk it with them. Got the 3 linebackers in the middle. At corner, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carlos Campbell would be the one to cut to keep Torrey Harris. And I don't think that's the worst decision in the world, so we're going to say goodbye to Carlos Campbell. Thinking about picking it up on PC. I do know that Mills has played it on PC a lot and very, very much enjoys it. So, not a bad idea to get it from that particular console. Or that particular platform as opposed to console. So John Bryan's a 25 at 70, or 25 years old at 77 overall. I think it's going to be him. I mean, the argument is, can Young go up by 3 points in 3 years? Yeah, literally, it's just that is the man's particular channel there. I think we go with David Young. Like, we've been building up Bryan for a while. He's now got 98 kick power. But David Young, 3 years younger, only 3 points worse, likely could be better. So maybe move David Young to punter. If we're going to keep him, it's going to be as a punter. I think we've had a full changing of the guard for our special teams. It's my favorite franchise I've done in the NHL. I always say, don't ask me to choose between my children. So we're going to move on from John Bryan, which is a shame, but he should still be in the league. And then Clyde Petty. We're also going to move on from We have new options now on special teams, including the superstar kicker, Malachi Rowland, which is hilarious. Now, the big question is, as always, can we frickin' get a dev pattern increase from the goddamn training camp? Again, Larry Carroll's gonna be the guy. Running back, it's Morgan Boston Bird. Hunter at fullback. Wideout, Norris. We're going to go with Betts and then Conley because Betts a bit younger. So again, we got two really solid wide receivers and then a phenomenal wide receiver in Melvin Norton. Tight end is Glover, Rudd, and Wilhelm. Left tackle can be Kyle Kinney, Chamberlain, Morgan, Walters, and Roach. Then we got Scott. Right end, we have Carroll. Defensive tackle, we want it to be Philbin, Toon, then Gary. Linebacker, Gerard. Middle linebacker's good with Benson. On the right is Short. At corner is Allen, Van Dyke, and Widmer. Safety, it could be Dawson or Barber. We'll probably stick with Barber. And then Avery on the other side is the superstar. Highest rated is the wide receiver to 90, easily. Let's have Zaire Marshall be the return man there. Stephen Morgan on punts. Kickoffs, it has it as Young, but we want it to be Roland. He needs to get as many reps as he can. Third down back, we do want it to be Morgan. Power back, same thing if Morgan's available. Slot receiver, Norton is the best option in that regard. But it's going to be Conley, Betts, and then Wilburn in that order. Honestly, Short, Gerard, whatever you prefer, and Scott. That's fine by me with Benson in the middle. It's got Van Dyke as our slot corner. That's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. It is obviously the best version of this team that we have had so far. It's just, can I get a friggin' dev pattern increase? And I beg for it. I plead for it with Larry Carroll right here, right now. Absolutely begging for it. If he were to go... Oh boy, that's going to be a tough target to hit. If he were to go... I couldn't get the double. If Carroll goes superstar through training camp and then gets a breakout out of nowhere, he's an X factor. That's just going to miss another double. So that is the biggest question. We need a bullseye here to really get the points up. And so far that's not happening. Double ring, give me a bullseye though. 2 reps to go. Oh God. Just missed the bullseye. Did get a double. Yeah, the key to this game are bullseyes. I really need one here. There it is. There's the gold. Come on. Come on, please. Dev pattern increase. Dev pattern increase, please. Oh, Larry. When is it ever going to happen for you, Larry? When?